Yeah, I know you're jealous. This is my new pen that I got from Brittany. What do you think of that? Look at that bad boy. Sleek and smooth.
It's pretty nice.
See, I thought Brittany and I were pretty close friends, but I guess not close enough.
I got a pen for you in my car.
Hey, Tevin, I'll bring you a pen on Monday.
Yeah, we'll exchange gifts next Monday. Yeah.
Tom was complaining we didn't have any pens, so I bought a pack and then slowly give it to him.
So you want like 500 in cash that you gave me too? You're going to ask for that?
Whoa, okay.
Yes,
all right. I see where we stand.
500 in cash.
A pen and $500
Those
in cash.
two things.
Now we're talking. Got to check the weather because it's rather interesting. A little chilly for Uncle Tommy.
It's a little cold.
Pretty much opposite weather from last weekend's record heat starting today. Windy and chilly with occasional showers, a high of 52. Tonight, gradual clearing, a low of 39. Woo! Saturday, some sun with a few sprinkles, chilly with a high of 54. Then Sunday, partly sunny, still cool with a high of 56. But the lows overnight are going to be 39, 40, and 39 this weekend. That's chilly, man.
Yeah.
It is 44 right now, but 52 later on today. Cloudy and 44, 52 later on. But yeah, it's well, I'm sorry, but late fall, early winter. It's not early winter, but it's late fall.
Feels like
fall just started.
Pre-winter.
Oh, it definitely feels like pre-winter. There's no doubt about that. Okay, now I don't know what this means. I was just looking for some, stories, looking some headlines, all the rest of it. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what this means because it's in the Wall Street Journal. So I'll just read it and we'll try to figure out together what the hell they're talking about.
Okay,
you ready?
Yeah.
Democrats try to knock out no labels. What's no labels? I don't know what that is.
No idea.
Yeah, no idea either.
You're saying no labels?
No labels.
Like they want things to be labeled?
It says they knock it to, because it says knock out no labels. That would mean they do want labels. But would that be like Democrat, Republican, Independent?
There is a political party that is called No Labels.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And who's running? Is that where Kennedy's
running? Nancy Jacobson is its board president and CEO as of 2022.
But who's running on the no labels?
It does not say here.
Okay, here we go. Every poll shows that Americans are all but screaming at the two political parties to offer a presidential choice other than a rematch between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. The group No Labels has been working to get ballot access for an alternative to meet that market demand, but Democrats in particular are trying to kill the effort to in the crib. President Biden said in a rare recent interview that No Labels has a democratic right to do this, but it's going to help the other guy. Now comes a super PAC trying to raise millions of dollars to assail No Labels. Well, somebody had to take over the super PAC deal because that pig Brinkman or whatever the hell his name is. What's that guy's name?
No idea.
What do you mean you have no idea?
Brinkman? I'm looking him up.
That's Sal Bankman.
It sounds really familiar.
That's the guy that stole billions of dollars with the
Sam Bankman-Fried. That's what you're saying.
Sam Bankman-Fried. There you go.
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried. Is that who this is? No Labels.
Little poofy hair.
Yeah, he's got the hell of a hair. He's got a hell of a head of hair. No doubt about that.
I actually like it. This No Labels is their website is definitely mass appeal.
Meaning what?
We are the common sense majority.
Oh, okay. Well, are they the majority in the middle?
I have no idea, but I do think, I could see.
I love that they can just slap that claim.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
We are the common sense majority.
Well, I suppose if they want to believe that, good for them. But, so President Biden says it's going to help the other guy, citizens to Save Our Republic, or CSOR. Yeah, I get it. Citizens Save Our Republic. I get it. Absolutely. Wants donations to build bipartisan support for a campaign to get No Labels to stand down. Its solicitation email says if No Labels moves forward with a third-party effort, we will wage a vigorous campaign in swing states, including millions of dollars in advertising to show voters that No Labels equals Trump and the end of our democracy. Would you stop with that? The end of our democracy deal. Our democracy ended a long time ago, and it was both parties that did it. This is all about money. Our elections every year now are about not about the people, not about helping the middle class or the lower class or whatever. It's about money. And a perfect example of that If you need two figureheads, a perfect example of that would be Trump and Biden, because they're both greedy pigs when it comes to money. So here's what I don't like about this. If a bunch of people wants to form a third party and call it No Labels, that's none of your business.
Yeah.
So you can run them out of business if you want. Good for you. But just because they don't agree with you, you have to destroy them. How did we get there? Because you don't agree with me, I should not only disagree with you, I should destroy you.
Yeah, I don't know. And you also wonder how many people actually want the end of this, right? They say Democrats, and it's like, how many Democrats are really running to close this? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like such a broad term when they're like, women want to end Home Depot. It's like one woman did. Like, let's not put them all in the bucket.
Why does she want to end Home Depot?
I just made like an example of when they write up a headline when they're like, men call for women to wear longer skirts or not wear leggings.
Millennials are killing this industry because they want to buy toast or whatever. It's
you're like, what? There was one person like, so I just wonder too how true it is when they're like, Democrats are calling for the head of No Labels. It's like,
there was two who had a casual conversation about it.
Right.
Like, it seems so.
But a casual conversation about any subject doesn't grab enough attention. So like, how can we spice this up a little bit?
One thing you guys should do is read the story first, because they're the ones claiming to be doing this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, who are they? Like, that's where I even go.
Right.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, how many are them? Like,
me and Brittany could go start our own political party and be like, whoa, 30-year-olds everywhere are clamoring for free lunches and whatever. Like,
good for you.
Doesn't make it like it doesn't mean. I think the No Labels might not be as big as we think it is.
I don't know that I think it is at all. Anyway, our political system in this country is severely broken because both parties have their head up their ass, and that's why I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm sick to death of these people.
Why would you want to put a label on yourself? Like, I think it's weird when people are like, I am a Republican.
Yeah,
it's like,
I know.
So it's like, why you not give yourself the freedom to be like, I like this guy, but I don't like this guy. Like, I don't know why people feel so beholden or that want to be beholden to their party.
Yeah, I've voted for Democrats and Republicans on the same ticket. Why not? That's who I like. One's a Democrat, one's a Republican.
You
so
bleed Republican.
Yeah, oh boy, do I ever. If I bled Republican, there would be a lot different look in this room, I'll tell you that. I'd be surrounded by a bunch of old men.
That seems to be their vibe, isn't it?
It kind of looks like that right now. I don't know. I guess I've never... back in the day, Hamilton wanted to get all politically and all the rest of it. And of course, as soon as there was any heat, everybody else ran away and went, it's Tom's fault.
That's what we do now.
I just love that when it's their idea and it doesn't work. So wait a minute, that wasn't, it was you, douche nozzle.
Douche nozzle.
It's one of the great names of all time.
That's actually a professional term.
Douche nozzle?
Douche nozzle.
It probably is. Is there a nozzle at the end of a douche?
Dr. Douche Nozzle. I can't even do it. Dr. Douche Nozzle. Let's try it. It's so hard. You wouldn't think it. Try it.
Dr. Douche Nozzle?
There you go.
Yeah, that was real tough.
Dr. Douche Nozzle.
Amazing Dr. Douche Nozzle.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot more time on this story. I just don't understand. Because you disagree with me, not only do I have to fight you, I have to destroy you. Why can't we have 3 opinions now instead of just 2? Right?
I don't know. Mackey's the one who's always calling for only 2.
I tried to get him ousted and it didn't work.
Speaking of douche nozzles, yeah.
Douche nozzles.
But doctor to you.
Dr. Douche Nozzle.
Wearing my hat, Phil. Got it on for the 3rd day in a row, baby.
This is the original. I don't know if you can see it on the screen.
Yeah.
This is the original Minnie and Paul logo right here on the state of Minnesota. Yes.
Absolutely love it.
Yes, camera 3 here. If we could get the wide shot.
He did. He brought up, gave it a solo shot.
Nice.
And everything.
Nice.
How about it, man? 21. I love how we all like 3 days ago, we come into the week like, God, there's a generation of Twins fans that have no idea what it's like to win a playoff game.
Yeah.
And then they win it. They're like, oh my God, but how long has it been since they won a series? And they just shoved all of it out the door in 2 days. Just the most cathartic experience ever for Twins fans, I feel like.
21 years since they've won a series.
It's insane. Yeah, we did post-game shows on the Score North YouTube channel, and it was kind of a mix of like some older generation Twins fans that have been around for the World Series and what have you. But I would say it was like 60% fans that were born in the mid 90s or later. That's like, I've never seen I don't know what to do with my hands. I've never seen this before.
Well, that's exactly. What am I supposed to do? You're right. They probably don't know what to do.
Just wandering around. Do we get drunk? Do we celebrate? do we tip over a car? I don't know. What are we supposed to do?
Yes to all.
Well, see, you got to offer examples, because I was at the game with Josh Arnold and we're hanging out with a bunch of different people. And at the end of the game, that final out, guys running over to me, sticking their hand out, and they go, piss on that. I gave everybody a hug, man. I ain't shaking hands with anybody. This is a big deal to me.
Did Josh Arnold tip over a car? Sometimes he gets a little,
he's known to cause a ruckus.
He is, that Josh. Let's go, come on.
Did they
Josh,
tip
calm
over?
down.
I hope not.
They didn't tip anything over.
No. I think it was very respectful.
Just a fiat, and it wasn't that much.
Yeah.
It wasn't that big of a deal.
Like a toddler could do that.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Are there still Fiats? I haven't seen a Fiat in a long time.
I think so.
I saw a commercial for one last night.
Dang.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Next week, Tom Barnard here for Fiat. You can find your local Fiat dealership. I think
I'm going to try to get Doug Sprinthal fired for the third time. That's what I'm going to try next week.
There you go.
Yeah, it's amazing, because now it's like, how far can they go? We don't know what conversation to have now, because it's been so long. Like, oh, now they play again. Are we free rolling here? I almost feel like the bubble has been popped. Yeah. And everyone from players to fans, we no longer. I think you guys have all been to enough like Minnesota sports events the last 20 years during this period of failure, where the minute something goes wrong, right? The minute the Blue Jays get a runner on base, or the minute the opposing team against the Vikings scores a touchdown, you can feel 20, 30, 50,000 people's butts pucker in the stands, right? Oh my God. Here we go again, right? And I feel like that's gone now for the Twins. Like, even just like, I wasn't at the two games, but if you were there too, it just felt like a different fan energy for these two games. Like, they were trying to help the team and carry the team, as opposed to just kind of nervously cowering in the corner like we do sometimes as Minnesota sports fans.
We do indeed. It was a lot of fun to be there. I was there on Wednesday. It was the crowd was so fun. I had never seen that before, where people light up their phones and hold them up when it gets a little darker.
Yeah,
that's a very cool look, man. That's gorgeous.
The Duran entrance, it's now when you get that kind of an entrance, right, with like the LED, like the flames on the LEDs, everyone's got their phone.
Yes,
you can't come out and like walk the first two batters, right? You better be on point to make that intro. But then he spent like 5 minutes. He apparently cut his thumb or cut his hand on something on the baseball.
Yep.
And that was another here we go. This is just a classic. Another Minnesota sports way to lose a game. Your lights out closer comes out with flames and people got their phones out, and he pops a blister or something. But yeah, he threw 101 miles an hour and no one could touch it. So
it was pretty amazing. There's no question. That was a hell of a good time when we went to the game. Like I said, Josh invited me to the game, so Catherine and I went. Met a bunch of really, really nice people. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't meet a whole lot of assholes when I meet. Like, when somebody says, "Hey, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine," they're never a jerk about it. They're very, very friendly, very nice people. A lot of them listen to this show. They love the show, and I don't see where all this animosity. I don't get that animosity like other people. So, like I said, when the game ended, we were hugging each other. People didn't even know each other.
Yeah, no, it's two things. I think you'll notice that most of the time in person, people are nice, right? You meet someone at a stadium, a gathering, a bar. People are assholes in two instances: social media and in their cars.
Yep.
Oh God, this morning again. Oh God. People cutting you off, people tailgating them. And I'm talking about, you can't even see their headlights. They're tailgating you so badly. Now, once I locked them up, I could see his headlights pretty good.
Dang.
I also saw him piss his pants, I think, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but see, if there's an interaction like that in a car where someone's riding you too closely and both of you are ready to literally kill each other, right? But if someone's following you a little too closely in like a shopping mall, you just kind of say, I'll get out of the way, right? What makes people more empowered and angry in their cars? That's what I want to know.
Well, here's what I love. So that guy's tailgating the piss out of me for about the first 2-3 miles of the drive. I mean, he's right on. So I did. I locked him up, and I think he peed a little, but he didn't hit me, which is good. Yeah. So I'm good. Oh, this is much better. So I pull into the exit lane, It comes, about a mile out, that yellow indication that you can take a right and go under Highway 100 and come over here, right? There's a guy in front of me now on Highway 100 doing 33 miles an hour.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Those people are at the top of like my enemy list. It's people that refuse to. It's called the acceleration lane for merging for a reason.
Yeah.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Seize the gap.
Aggressive.
Yeah, and then they merge at like 20 miles under the speed limit. It's just like, come on, Grandma, get out of the way.
I always pretend like I'm a running back in the NFL when I'm merging onto a freeway. I'm like, okay, what would I do if there was 11 frothing, angry people trying to tackle me? Would I sort of like tap dance and wait, or no? I'm gonna hit the hole.
Right,
I'm gonna be aggressive, right? You can't hit your brakes when you're getting onto an NFL field.
Right. No, it's a very good point. I think it's a great point.
Yeah. I also just think of everything in sports terms.
I was I feel like that happens a lot. Like I can imagine you getting your your HelloFresh meal and you're like, okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to take these potatoes downtown, that is. Chop.
The potatoes are the offensive line. The broccoli is the fullback. Okay, let's go.
Like you just cut up WWE promo.
Right, you're right. No, I could just imagine you like walking through the mall, like stiff arming people out of the way. Yeah, cutting through. Trying to get to Nordstrom.
You must be an animal on Black Friday.
I have told Judd on occasion on our podcast that this is weird, but I'll say it. This is a safe space. I feel like.
Obviously.
Oh yeah.
I wake up. Do you guys ever have just like songs that stick in your head for years and years, where you'll just have a song? Yep. One of those songs for me is the NFL Sunday Night Football theme. This one right here.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
yeah. Like I'll just be like, I'll wake up in the morning and it's like bum bum ba ba bum bum, just like it's song. Time to brush teeth now.
Your wife is a saint. Is
like,
what I'm going to say to all this.
It's time for some football. Phil, shut up. Just be quiet.
Phil, shut up. It's 8 a.m. I'm brushing my teeth. That was like the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I need help. Professional help, I think. That's the moral of the story. Yeah.
You do think?
I miss our guy Herbie, by the way. I know he's on a different time slot than I am on Fridays. But he caught the first pitch from Tom Kelly a couple days ago.
Yeah, he did.
Very nostalgic.
It was indeed. I tell you, I'll say it again. That baseball stadium is phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, we've never really test driven that stadium the right way. It's 14 years in.
Right.
We've had a couple playoff games here and there, but that's the first time they've won a playoff game in that stadium. First time. This will be also when they come back because they play Game 3 on Tuesday. It's October 10th. That'll be the latest in the calendar year that we've had an outdoor baseball game since the Met Stadium back in what? Like what? When's the last time they made the playoffs at the Met Stadium? Like the 70s, the late 60s. So we're gonna test drive outdoor baseball in the middle of October and cross our fingers here. See what happens.
I'm hoping. I will tell you this. You look at the first half and the second half of the Twins season. The first half they were dreadful, and the second half they got a lot better. And no, I understand it's the Blue Jays, not a great baseball team, but they gave up 1 run in 2 games. That's pretty damn impressive.
It is. It's the best pitching staff I think they've taken into. And I know they won the World Series in 87-91, but I actually think if you look at all their pitchers from 1 through like the top 10 pitchers, starters, and bullpen, half of them throw 100 miles an hour. You got 2 guys, Pablo Lopez and Sonny Gray. That's probably the best 1-2 punch since 91. Jack Morris, Scott Erickson. Mm-hmm. They had Johan Santana a couple times, but then they'd follow it, Tom, with like Boof Bonzer or something. We're gonna run out Francisco Liriano and Brian Dunsing at Yankee Stadium. We don't have any underqualified starting pitchers here for the first time in a long time.
You gave me a great memory just now.
Boof Bonzer?
Johan Santana.
Okay.
And here's the great memory. He was a neighbor of mine for a few years back in the day before he went out east. Every time I ran into him, and I mean every time, he didn't say a word. He just stared at me.
Oh. Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of funny, actually. I enjoyed that.
He was amazing. I feel like this is a whole nother side tangent for another day here, but I think he was the best pitcher in baseball for 7 or 8 years. He won 2 Cy Young Awards, went to the Mets, blew his arm out.
Yeah.
And he got no Hall of Fame consideration. I'd rather put a guy in. He's very Sandy Koufax-like in that he was He lit it up for 7 or 8 years. I'd rather put Johan Santana in the Hall of Fame than some of these guys that play for 20 years and they put up counting stats, but they're never considered the best at their position. So Johan got screwed by the Hall of Fame voters.
I would agree with that 100%. He was phenomenal. There's no question about that. Oh, by the way, you know he sold his house to? Al Jefferson. So
oh, really?
Al was a very nice guy. I didn't know him really well, but he was very friendly.
Al was a really good player on some dark, bad Timberwolves teams.
I agree.
Yeah, he kind of came in like after was he part of the Kevin Garnett trade?
Yep. Yeah, he got traded to we got him from the Celtics because we gave up Kevin Garnett. Yeah.
Yeah, we got him and like 4 other, like Sebastian Telfair and a bunch of other random guys. And Al Jefferson was like good for 20 points a game on teams that won 12 games.
Yeah, no, you're
just
absolutely
holding
right.
it together.
Really good guy too. All right, is that everything, sir?
Well, it's everything until Monday when we might be celebrating a 2-0 series lead over the Astros coming back to Target Field.
I'm glad you brought that up because I want to get your take. Is it 2-0 Astros, 2-0 Twins, 1-1? What do we got?
Okay, here's my take. All right, my hot take. I think the Twins win the series. I think the Twins win the series.
So that means they would have to win like game 1, right? Because you come back home and close it out in games 3 and 4.
Yeah, if you can get one of these 2 games against the Astros, go beat 40-year-old Justin Verlander on Saturday. And then just get one of the 2 games in Houston and then win the 2 games at Target Field, celebrate on Wednesday. I think the Twins are going to play in the American League Championship Series. That's my hot take.
So great, honestly. Do you think that's because, and I have noticed this, that after winning the World Series, Houston got really kind of weird for a while this season, didn't you think?
Yeah, they won the World Series. They won like 108 games or something last year. Yeah. They're not the same team.
No.
I think Carlos Correa would love a little. I don't know if revenge is the right word. I think he won a World Series with them, but he knows all their secrets. Carlos Correa.
So are you going to any games? You're going to go to Houston? You're going to stay here?
I'm not going to be in Houston, but I will definitely be at the Target Field games, and there will be potentially multiple Target Field games. So bundle up, folks.
And I'll tell you again, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never been there, you are going to be amazed what a beautiful baseball stadium that place really is.
Yeah, especially during playoff games now that we've been able to test drive it.
But you made me depressed as hell thinking that stadium's been there for 14 years. I thought it was about its 3rd or 4th year.
Yeah, no, it's almost time for a new stadium now. I feel like
they better tear it down.
Isn't it like it's half the age of the Metrodome when we decided we need a new stadium? So that's where we're at with Target Field.
We'll close with this. This is how much Minnesotans have changed. I bet it was 82 when they built the Metrodome, wasn't it?
Yes, that's when they opened it. Yep.
Okay, so literally 41 years ago, they were so proud as Minnesotans to say, all we paid for this stadium was $54 million.
Yeah.
That's because it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We'd have something to do.
It's a weird flex.
What? You're bragging about how cheap you are.
I don't think they had air conditioning for the first 3 years, right?
They didn't for the first 2. I know that for sure.
People just sweating their balls off for 2 years. It's kind of hot in here. Maybe we should have paid $60 million. What's happening?
I was one of them. There's no doubt about that. So, all right, young man, a phenomenal report as always.
All right. Enjoy your weekends. A great Minnesota sports weekend. Vikings, Chiefs. Go beat Taylor's boyfriend on Sunday. Let's get it.
Woo! Take it, Taylor's boyfriend.
Do you think she'll come?
I don't think so. I think I
don't think so either.
New York is one thing. We're flyover country here.
Kansas City, there's a hopper.
Yeah.
That's a hopping town right there.
It's on the map now.
Actually, I do love Kansas City. Well, the one that's in, which is a good one again. I can't remember. Is it the Kansas or Kansas, Missouri?
The Missouri one.
The Missouri one, right?
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's one where like Arthur Bryant's is one of the greatest barbecue places in the world.
I believe so, yeah.
Love it. All right, young man. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. See you, everyone.
Bring home a couple of winners. Love it. We'll take a break. Be right back in a couple of minutes. I'm so happy to welcome back our longtime friend, Sabre Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to the show. I've known Steve, the owner, for many years, and I completely trust Sabre to keep my house comfortable. Why? Sabre does everything right, the right way, and they always put the customer first, which is phenomenal. I do love the team at Sabre because their service experts are experienced NATE certified technicians, not salespeople. Let me tell you how much I love the team at Sabre. Steve, Tatiana, their son, going to come. We're going to the game together on Tuesday. So when I tell you that I like somebody, I'm not making it up. If I don't like somebody, I'm not going to tell you I like them. That's not going to happen. So proof to you, I do love the Sabre team when I say that, because I've known them forever. Their service experts are experienced NATE certified technicians. They're not salespeople. Their pricing is completely upfront, and they fix only what needs to be fixed, nothing more. Sabre is dedicated to giving customers what they need when they need it and at the fair price, keeping your family safe and comfortable without breaking the bank. Give Sabre Heating and Air Conditioning a try. I know they'll take care of you just like they've taken care of me and my family for a long time now. Whether you need a new Bryant furnace or air conditioner replaced or just simply need a service call to get you going again, go to saberheating.com. That's SABRE heating.com. Sabre and Bryant, whatever it takes.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President and Chief Lending Officer at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Michael Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a locally owned and operated community bank, we work with many multi-generational businesses.
Take Personal Care Dentistry of Roseville, for example. Dr. Walter Hunt, also known as Painless to me, has been a longtime customer of the bank since we opened the bank in 1998.
When his son Kyle was ready to join the practice, they wanted to expand quickly.
With their additional space and equipment, they now are able to see more patients each day while providing the same level of care and service.
Okay, guys, I'll take it from here. If you run a family business or any kind of business for that matter, you should be banking with Brad and Mike over at North American Banking Company. Every time I deal with them or their team, I know I'm working with experienced professional bankers. So why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender. You need to know a guy for your auto repairs, legal issues, banking, and more. Well, the same goes for investment advice. You need a guy to help you be successful, someone you can trust who gets results. Well, I got a guy for you, Josh Arnold. Josh gives you straight talk, not sugar-coated advice about your financial situation. Josh has seen it all when it comes to economic and market conditions, and Josh can make sure that your retirement objectives match your investments. Do yourself a favor and call Josh now for a no-obligation 48-minute evaluation. You've got nothing to lose, and you'll get a different point of view for your investments. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. You'll be glad that you did, and tell him his guy, Tom, sent you. Well, you got your wish for the last, 7 months? Way to go, Amy. It's your fault.
Yeah, Amy, suck it.
Yeah, Amy.
Oh, we can't hear Chris.
Oh,
can we hear
Oh,
Chris?
not this again, Chris.
hello.
Oh, there you
There
go.
it is.
Great blazer today, Chris. I love it.
Did you get a haircut?
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
you
did
look
not.
great. 10 out of 10, Chris. Good job.
I miss seeing you guys during the commercial breaks, by the way.
Oh,
We put the logo up there for the ad that's running.
Yep,
Yeah.
we got bills to pay, Chris.
Yeah.
It does look classy. I like that, but it's weird because I don't know. I can kind of get the vibe a little bit when I can see you guys during the commercial
Well,
break.
I still do the same thing I used to before they put the logos up. I still do this. Right to
Well,
you.
now I know what the vibe is.
Now you know what the vibe is exactly. So a lot of news. We read a lot of news this morning. Not a lot this morning, but I read a lot before I came in. And is the world getting more negative by the minute?
Yeah, I was on this morning the internet for like 4 minutes, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm
Right.
gonna go crawl into a cave right now."
It's true. Everything sucks right now. I got to be honest with you. We have a guest coming up on this show and the family podcast later on today. A man who lost his son because of mental illness. He now has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And what is he doing? Is he wallowing about, oh, poor me, I'm miserable? No, he's riding a bike 11,000 miles in honor of his son.
Oh wow.
So if his life doesn't suck, how can yours suck? That's what I'd like to know. Right?
Yeah, it sure gives people a lot of perspective, doesn't it?
It certainly does. What a man. I cannot wait to have his name is Scott Freberg. But I mean, it just obviously is going to be heart-rending. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
But I think about that all the time now. Matter of fact, last night and every night before I go to bed, I tell my wife how much I adore her. We give each other a kiss and a hug and talk about another great day together. We do that every night now and have for years because I'm very, very great. I got a wonderful. I mean, other than working with you guys, my life is great.
That's
You know
fair.
what I mean?
That's fair. Brittany is tough to work with.
Yeah. And guess what I did last night? Won my first league game in tennis.
I thought you played pickleball.
I do play pickleball.
Oh, you play tennis too?
I play tennis too. I just started playing pickleball recently. But yeah, so I had my first league game and I was really nervous because I haven't played since before Gogo was born. Dominated these women.
Congratulations.
They kicked your ass, huh?
I killed them.
So you lost, didn't you?
No, I won.
You liar.
6-0, 6-1. Those were the games.
Really?
Me and Linda dominated. We showed up.
Do you play ad or deuce side for doubles?
Well, I played ad because I always let them pick because I normally do singles, but I'll fill in for doubles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing, but Linda was such a backbone at the service line that I was at the net aggressive.
All right.
Yeah.
No, how about the 5-year-olds you beat? How'd they take it?
So more go the opposite way, way old.
Oh,
I mean,
that's terrible.
They left their
85s.
walker parked by the net.
You're bragging about kicking ass on some 90.
I know. Right.
Yeah,
It's
really
league.
No.
No, I'm telling you that people don't normally join these leagues until they're older because they're need the time and that. So it's
So then why are you in this league?
because I have the time. It's
Oh God.
Everybody hates you.
Why
I
don't you?
know.
Why,
You're one of those. Oh
Yeah.
God, I bet they hate you.
why don't you pick on somebody your own age?
I
Yeah.
tried, when I worked in the morning show, I used to play with a bunch of old men because it was the middle of the day. I always end up playing with older people. Just how I roll.
That's great.
They were
Yeah, 'cause
putting
you
their
can beat 'em.
braces on. No,
Right.
they were young, spry things. But sometimes I do play people where I go, ooh,
I think Tom was right. You really do hate the boomer generation because you're just
Yeah.
over here ruining their
It's
league.
true.
no,
Lots
they're
of
just
ageism.
immersed in the boomers.
Mm-hmm. Now here's her competition. Say, where should I put my walker?
Right.
I was like, take
Yeah.
that, Claire. Take that, Mary. That was who we played.
They had to get an extra long hose for their oxygen tank so they could play.
They're not.
around the side.
Oh,
They're not. They're just sometimes. I'm bad enough to play with older people. That's on me. But this group was not. They were maybe 10 years older than me. They were very young. The woman I played with, Linda, was far better than me. So screw you guys.
Yeah, well, I'm going to actually go join a senior citizen tackle football league here next
kick
week.
ass. You'll do really well.
You should just join my tennis league. You'll have a
Yeah.
blast.
Exactly. No question about it. So Chris,
yo.
I'm bringing this up because the man is a good friend of mine. See, I'm one of those kind of guys that politically I don't agree with a lot of things that he believes, but the same is true on the Democratic side. Mike Lindell is the lead story everywhere this morning. What the hell's going on with Mike now?
Well, what I was reading about it is that the law firm who's been representing him has said that he's no longer able to pay them. And so they petitioned the court to be able to leave him and leave his cases.
I don't understand something. Okay, so you just said that. I don't understand something. And again, I don't know the exact figure or whatever, but he's worth $300 million. How can he be out of money?
Well, what the article said is that ever since all this has come up, and he's been a very vocal critic of the election process and of the results of the last election, that MyPillow has lost a lot of business.
Yeah, that part is true.
And they're connecting the dots there, basically because some of these big chains have stopped selling his products. And now the law firm also says they feel it's a very important First Amendment case. And so at least if that's the way I read it, they don't necessarily not believe in what he's trying to accomplish.
Right.
It's just they can't do it without getting paid the proper amount.
But he's
So
got the money. I don't understand this.
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
I think it's a specious argument. I really do. I don't know. The whole thing just is very so look, I'm not defending anything anybody says. Mike and I don't agree on a lot as far as politics are concerned. He is pretty extreme in his views. There's no question about that. But I have a question for you. So you keep running articles trying to make the man look worse and worse and worse. And I understand somebody's doing it to himself. I do understand that. But let's remember one other thing. If you're taking a severe, extreme political view, wouldn't you say that's the problem here?
I mean, it does generally seem to be the things that get people ostracized when they're taking an extreme viewpoint on something.
But on the other side, if you put your feet up on a desk on January 6th, you get 30 years in prison. It's like, what? Look, I don't think they should have done either one of them. Mike does take a very extreme position. I wouldn't do that. Also, they should have never stormed the Capitol. But these people's prison sentences are way too long. What the hell is that all about? I know they're trying to discourage it from ever happening again, but you want to destroy people's lives over that? Right?
There's definitely been a lot of discussion and debate over the sentences that have been handed down for the people who will end up serving jail time.
Yeah. Is there any way that, again, you got far left views, got far right views, good for you. You kind of move to the middle a little bit. I can start agreeing with you because I don't really have any really extreme views in politics other than leave me alone. I got that good one. So I see it as part of this hatred that's flowing through America right now and the world, actually. It's not enough that I harm you. I have to really harm you. And that suck.
I mean, it definitely seems like everything's become loudest voice in the room. And
yep,
that's where the attention's going. And it's the only way to get anyone's attention. And back to the thing we said earlier, that everything in the news right now kind of makes you want to crawl into a cave.
It does. And I'd say the same thing for my Democratic friends. They're getting treated horribly in other areas. Why? Just because you have differing opinions, you have to hurt somebody? That's bizarre.
Yeah, I definitely, it would be nice if the temperature was turned down.
Well, it's poor leadership is my view. When you look at the top, you got Trump and you got Biden. I'm sorry, that's not great leadership, right? If I were president of the United States, I would step up to the mic today and go, okay, all this bullshit has to stop. We're going to move to the middle. We're going to try to work together. You can be far left and I can be far right, or you can be left and I can be right. But this is America and we are going to come together or get the hell away from me.
I mean, I think that's what a lot of people who have, are hoping for, that somebody can come along and just kind of, but bring everybody together. But that, it doesn't appear that person has, we don't know who that person is, if that person even exists, right?
I would tell you what, you guys are lucky you never elected me governor, because I would have put up, you want to talk about a border wall.
So which state would you try to keep out?
All of them.
All of them?
I was just going to say, he might do it specifically around him.
Yeah, it'd just be around his house.
Just like a hamster ball of border.
Yeah, around his house and then the road to the studio.
Yeah,
it would be just a Tom Bernard.
Have your own little, that would be nice, right?
Do you see any indication, any dull, dim light that says maybe there's some hope that people finally get their head out of their ass and stop hurting each other? It's getting really old. I will tell you that.
I'd like to say I do. It goes back to the thing that it's the loudest voice in the room that's getting the attention. And, that loud voice is never usually a calming voice of, centrism but.
No, it's not. But look, I start my morning off. Dimwit over here, Brittany, makes me tear up by reading me the headline of a story. Not even the story.
I didn't even read the full headline.
I know, and not even the full headline.
We both got real emo.
Okay, what was it? Tell them.
No.
You're not going to tell them?
No.
Here's why we're all sad. You want to be sad too, Chris?
Yeah, I probably already am, but go ahead.
No, I'm not doing it. I literally won't. We don't need to talk about it. It was about a 5-year-old girl, and that was all I read. That I read out loud, and I quickly turned it off, and then I looked at my monitor of my baby sleeping.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But there was sexual activity involved.
Yeah.
Can we say that much?
Fine.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. She was 5, and there was sexual activity.
And she got kicked out of the house.
Yeah, and she got kicked out of
Why
her
are
own
we
house.
saying? We pretty much said the whole art. Let's just stop.
We got our own deal going here. It's not your show, sister. It doesn't say Brittany pain in the ass Arneson.
But it should, and everyone
well,
knows
we'll put the
it.
pain in the ass part up there, but not the rest. We'll do that. That'll be
well,
good.
you know what? There was one story today that I thought was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. It must have been a slow day for the person who writes the news releases for customs agents at Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. Because they sent out a news release yesterday, and I read the subject line. And I was like, what? And then I read it again. And anyway, they would like everybody to know that they made an arrest. They stopped a lady at the airport from Iowa for trying to smuggle giraffe poop necklaces into the
straight to jail.
Hey. They weren't giraffe poop necklaces. She was going to make necklaces out of this giraffe poop.
Yeah, so you guys already talked about that.
No. This is an article I read on my own time.
It's on the list.
I was like, what? Yeah, she's going to make the giraffe poop necklace or something. And they confiscated that. So listen, the border, they're on it at the airport. Okay. Customs agents, they are on it.
Well, my favorite part of that story was like, don't worry, everybody. The giraffe poop was destroyed via sterilization in accordance with the United States Department of Agricultural Destruction Protocol. So we have a poop protocol for how we destroy.
That is so true.
Feces, yes.
Well, there is
a bag of heaping giraffe poop.
It was in like a cardboard box.
Yeah, it was like a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they took one of those little doggy bags that you pick up your dog poop with at the park, and they just kind of scooped it out. And...
Ew.
So there, Tom. Look, everything's there. That's a thing that happened.
In her defense, she has successfully made jewelry out of moose poop. So this is just next leveling it.
Okay, you want to ask me that again so I can answer you without being interrupted?
My question to you was, so there you go, Tom. Look, that's something that's not terribly negative.
What, the goose poop one?
Yeah, the
giraffe poop.
Giraffe poop.
It's giraffe poop.
Yeah, I mean, who knew that was even a thing?
Why specifically giraffe poop?
Because that's what it was, I guess.
I mean, why? You go.
I don't know.
We sleep one night. It's like, what should I do? Giraffe poop.
It's probably because of their diet. It's more like conducive to making a good quality necklace than some other
leaves off of trees or something. Is that what they do?
They're really these it would be a big statement necklace if you committed to using the whole thing because they're these giant balls
of poop.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're big.
They're not that big. It looks like what? They're smaller than a seashell.
What?
Seashells are huge.
It's like a big. It looks like about the size of like 2 milk duds.
Seashell. First off, that'd be a huge necklace. Tell me that if I was rocking giant balls on my necklace.
Boy, you left yourself wide open on that one.
And I'm with all men. I get it. Balls, testicles, blah.
That was the chest part. That was the bad part.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, because Chris has to get back to his real job before he gets fired for being on this show.
Yeah, sorry I had to bail yesterday, but I didn't think the technology was going to be with me to be able to get a shot out from the Bandbox Diner. But
had you have fun? Did you eat some good food?
Yeah, it was fun. It's a cool place. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but it's like Elliott Park. It's just south of downtown, the Bandbox Diner.
Oh, sure.
So very cool spot. During COVID, they had a GoFundMe to basically get them resurrected again, and the business is doing great. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
it is wonderful to hear.
It is cool.
It is definitely wonderful to hear. That neighborhood used to be one of because my grandfather lived on 14th in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So let me put it this way: once you got between 14th and 15th in Chicago, the alcohol drinking went way up. Just because of my grandfather. So what is that?
He led the way.
Oddly enough, they say that about my block too. But
they say the same thing.
Why does the recycle bin always rattle like bottles when he's out there?
It was weird about my grandfather. His name was Emil, first of all. Emil Dane.
You don't hear that name often.
No, you don't hear Emil anymore. Amyl nitrate. That's the only time you hear that. But he, and I don't know, nobody else in the family ever did. Nobody ever picked it up. Nobody before him. Nobody after him. But he had a lateral S. And I never did understand, where do those come from when you get the lateral S going in your speech? You know, when you do this deal. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I don't know, but I suppose back in the day they didn't. In a lot of the schools now, they've got speech therapists. So when the kids are very young, they'll try to, work with them to help them to work through that. But I'm sure back then there was that wasn't the kind of thing that would happen in school, right?
No, he was a rum runner back in Prohibition, apparently.
Dang.
And he literally even built like fake walls in his house. So it looks like that's the end of the room. But behind that was like a 3-foot area.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, Grandpa.
Oh, the old speakeasy.
Exactly.
What's the secret code, see?
Say, listen. I love that take. There's no question about it. All right, Pally, we will talk to you next week.
Have a nice weekend. Go Twins.
Thanks for coming on, Chris Eggert. We appreciate it. News brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh for your free 48-minute financial evaluation. I always say it, I know, but we're so lucky that the people from Channel 5 pop on. They do a very, very, don't you think they do a great job?
I freaking love Chris Eggert. That guy is so funny.
The great guy.
I love him. I was just watching some clip you guys had made, Tevin made while I was gone, when you guys were talking about the blue rooster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to Chris say the word cock 45 times on that clip was so jarring.
As I was like making it, I was like, because he's a whatever prominent news guy. I was like,
exactly.
I hope he doesn't get offended that we have him now just on the internet saying cock
like
over and over again.
So many times. I was like,
it is what it is.
My like parental controls on my computer was like, are you sure you're allowed to watch this, Brittany? It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a lot.
That's how Chris gets. He gets wild. But what I love is not one gay person that called in or reached out, emailed or whatever, tried to deny that they didn't intentionally have a blue cock in the middle of the park.
Right? It's such a and it's so funny that you guys were talking about it, Tom, and your point of view was so interesting because I wasn't, I was like, Tom is so right on this. That's so wild that is allowed.
I know. It's like, really?
Like, really? All right. And the name of it, none of it's hidden. Is like, okay.
What was the name again? There was a
Hancock.
Hancock.
Yeah.
Hancock. That's the superhero that Will Smith played.
Oh, it is.
Also, like, Hancock is like a big name here in Minnesota.
Is it?
Yeah. But it was what
I didn't know that.
But like, it's one of those things where there's a Hancock house or whatever. There's all that stuff.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. But anyways.
Is it a drug place,
Yeah, probably. If I know about it, it's probably drugs. But yeah, I thought that was wild. I thought that was you guys did a really good investigative reporting on that one.
Well, I'm sorry, but I get off the highway and I'm driving down Hennepin Ave and I look over and go, gee, I wonder if that rooster, which can also be called a cock, was painted blue on purpose.
Right? And I kind of love it. Like, I'm like, I've gone full circle where I go, whatever. And a kid wouldn't know. I appreciate moments like that. Because if we went there right now, Gogo would go, cock-a-doodle-doo. Like, she would have no idea. And so, like, that kind of stuff where, like, I can laugh a little.
Right.
She thinks there's just a giant blue, chicken. Done.
Giant blue chicken. That'll work.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. We better take a break here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. This is Tom from my throttle therapy friends at Power Lodge and Miller Marine. I love those guys. If you're the type that doesn't mind a little hard work or getting mud everywhere, as long as you've got your, let's say, the right machine, then this is for you. Power Lodge is Minnesota CF Moto Sport Superstore. CF Moto Superstore. Since they buy more, you save more. And Power Lodge has new deals to get you ready for your fall escape. Save thousands on CF Moto off-road and side-by-sides, 4x4s, starting at an unbelievable $45.99. Get ready for whatever the wilderness throws at you this year. No matter how tough the job, Power Lodge in their 5 locations has you covered with a 3-year warranty on select units. That's 3 years. Peace of mind is what that is. Bring home the keys and the freedom to ride with confidence. You can hear the motor humming in your minds here already, can't you? It always starts at the Lodge, of course, Power Lodge. Plus, for a limited time, get a free CF Moto generator when you purchase select units, powering your adventures even further with locations in Ramsey, Sauk Rapids, Onamia, St. Cloud, Brainerd. Power Lodge is your power sports go-to destination and is the largest CF Moto dealer in the state. Call or visit today and check my throttle therapy buddies out online at powerlodge.com. Your CF Moto escape starts at the Lodge.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
Recently, Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC was contacted by a company that does on-site sales. Jim was confused.
Wait, they don't know anything about us, our staff, our reputation, most importantly, our customers.
Hey, pal, no problem. We do them all over the country. You know, get the manager off the roof sale, inflatable gorilla sale, and our favorite, the 13-hour sale with the giant clock goes to 13. Urgency, baby. We bring our crew because, well, your people are, let's just say, a little laid back.
And the pricing?
Nothing special, sport.
But Jim thought, we price competitively every day. Our prices are special. We definitely don't need these guys. But sale does convey some urgency, so we made a bold decision for his fine dealerships.
Announcing the Valley Buick GMC 365-day sale. And we can even extend it a couple years or so.
I got the air dancer guy, scratch-offs, plastic keys, bubble machine.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley or Hastings, or valleycardealers.com. Hurry.
This is Bob Sansevier, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialke from Bialke Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialke Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, bringing you the lovely and talented Bob Sansevier. Brought to you by Bialke Law Firm. Heard at work. Dave Bialke goes to work for you, taking care of your workers' comp injury claims and denials. Go to BIALKElaw.com. Telling Bob and Tom sent you. Sanny.
Yes, sir. How are things?
Ooh, that's a good, for the first time in 7 months, that's a great line you're on there.
Bob, I'm so proud of you.
Is this the same Bob Sansevier we had on last week?
Put Bob on the line.
You wait, but in about 3 minutes, it'll probably go. We'll see.
So will I.
Look at Brittany. She's in the studio.
Thanks.
What do you think of
What
that?
happened?
I had one day I wasn't in the studio.
Oh.
You know what's amazing, Bob? I even changed the lock and she still got in.
She climbed through the portal.
They call me a tricky bitch. And I just keep coming back for more.
One of those words might be right.
Oh,
tricky.
Yeah,
Sanny.
you don't think I'm tricky?
Oh, yeah.
Did you go to any games, Sanny?
I did not.
Really?
I've continued my moratorium against going to Minneapolis.
You know,
although I had to drive, I had to go pick up my son weeks ago when my other son had like a bachelor party down in Minneapolis, and I hated it. I had to break my moratorium or suspend it because I won't go to that shithole anymore.
Well,
tell us how you really feel.
Now, where was the shithole? Which shithole are we talking?
Oh, Minneapolis.
Oh, all of Minneapolis.
Well, not all of it, but any place where you could be, carjacked. Although I don't have. What are the big ones they like? They like the Kia or the actually it's the Korean cars they like. Yeah, Hyundai.
Hyundai. There you go.
Hyundai. Yeah. So those. So anywho, no, I did not go to the games, and I'm fine with it. Tom, but you know what? I've learned because since I stopped going to Vikings games, to me, the NFL, it is the best sport to watch on television. Why waste your money? Yeah. Spend your money on a big screen TV because it's the best place to watch a football game. Baseball, yes, it's exciting to be there, but no, I'll watch those games on television as well. Happily.
What else you got? What you got going in sports for your out of your own brain?
Well, actually, I got a question for you. Who, in your mind, is the greatest twin ever? Is it Puckett, Carew, Killebrew? Is there someone else I'm forgetting?
Well, Hrbek, obviously. Because
Hrbek.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
You got to throw Hrbek in there.
In the mix, sure.
That's a tough call for me because they were all three, the top three guys you mentioned there, Killebrew and Carew, Kirby Puckett. How could you take the title away from any of the three of them? It's got to be a flat-footed tie, doesn't it?
Well, and the reason I ask is if he stays healthy, Royce Lewis will be in that conversation. It'll be one of the four, and you could flip a coin of who. Tom, have you ever seen a guy at this age that handles the big moments the way he does?
Wait a minute. Tevin's arguing with you by shaking his head.
No, I mean, it's just very, very prisoner of the moment to go, this guy.
It absolutely is not of the moment. Wrong. You are wrong. If he stays healthy, he already has a record for grand slams in the period of time that he had him. First playoff appearance coming off of at least 2 weeks on the injured list. He gets home runs. There is no moment too big for this guy. And he almost had another grand slam the other day, went foul.
Yep.
So, Tevin, come on.
I love the enthusiasm, but somewhere Kirby Puckett is rolling over in his grave right now.
Well, he probably is, but that's Puckett was a great player. I mean, if you were to say of the three in big moments, I would want Puckett, but I'm saying Royce Lewis. Royce Lewis is everything Byron Buxton was supposed to be and never became.
Yeah, definitely projecting his career forward. Yeah, if he's able to keep this up, the same with like Justin Jefferson with the Vikings. We have a very bright young group of athletes here on all of our local teams.
Obviously.
The tennis prodigy.
I just killed in my doubles game last night.
In what, pickleball?
No, I was playing tennis.
Oh.
But I play pickleball. I like pickleball.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I'll bring home a trophy at some point. I think my mom will buy me one because I'm a millennial.
I'm sure you brought home plenty of participation trophies over the years.
Thank you.
And if you make it to like your league championship game,
yeah, you guys want to go?
I'll be there.
Really?
I'm doing a live report.
I would love it. I'd love.
Yeah, we're
signs. Suck it, Edith.
Edith, you a bitch, and you know it.
Put your teeth in the glass, Edith. It's over.
Get back to the home.
You guys, some of these women, just like Golden Bachelor, I've been watching. They're far more athletic than I've ever been. So you guys can talk crap all you want, but
they're athletic on the Golden Bachelor.
Hell yeah, there is actually a woman named Edith. I want you to Google Edith on the Golden Bachelor. She is fine as hell. Like, and then there's a woman from here. Her name's Leslie from Minneapolis on the Golden Bachelor.
Mm-hmm.
Fine as hell. Like, I've never been that hot. And I don't even mean it like I'm ugly. It's like they are fine.
Do you think they're going to pick old bags and hags for Golden Bachelor? Come on.
They are.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's fine. It's but yeah, they're all very attractive people. But you go, yeah. You know, and then you always go, oh, that's great to know that like my life will be so fulfilling when I'm, 60, 70 years old. And then you go, no, I've never been that hot when I was 20. So why am I acting like I'm going to all of a sudden be super hot when I'm 60 and 70?
Christina and Ellen are in their 70s.
Yeah.
Boy, they take a pretty good. They must have the glamour shots. Is that what it's called?
No, they're fine as hell. I'm just telling you, everybody on there like is surprisingly, there's some more of a personality type people on there as well. But there's some people on there you go, damn, like I would hit it. I would have sex with the Golden Bachelor as long as he doesn't talk, because he sounds like Kermit T. Frog, and it's not my vibe. Yeah.
Take off your blouse.
How old is he? Because they don't give his age; they give the age of all the women.
I got his age somewhere. It's like I think he's 72. Yeah,
72.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Well, they're an attractive bunch, but then again, they're not going to put any mutts on this thing.
Right. That's the whole point of television, is put the beautiful people up there. And
dude, Gary's ripped. But again,
Gary is the golden boy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like calling him Golden Boy.
I just hate that it's Gary, but it looks like it should be Jerry. And it has a G. There's so many things wrong with it.
Oh my God, AJ, I'm so glad you're talking about this. This is near and dear to my heart because I watched it last night after I dominated in tennis, but I had the subtitles on.
She's never going to let it go.
Because I didn't want to wake up Go-Go. So I was watching it at like 9 at night. And so I was like, I do not like seeing Jerry like that. It's like Gerry.
Okay.
Geary.
Gerry.
Well, you've said this before. Gerald.
Yeah, but like,
Gerald
it looks
like that.
It's either add a J or make Gary with Gary. Any other way feels weird.
But there is a Gary. Gerry.
I don't like it though. Looks like Mary.
She doesn't like it.
But I'm assuming it's short for Gerald, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume.
Like Jer. So it should be Jerry, not Gerald. Like, why is it Gary? Right?
Yeah, you're right.
It
Gerald.
Yeah, it's not Gerald, it's Gerald. So why is it Gary and not?
Oh no, there is a name Gerald.
Yeah, absolutely.
There
and I'm assuming that's
absolutely
what
is,
this
yeah,
guy's
so.
full name is.
Gerald.
So is it Gerald?
I don't know.
I'll
I do know his wife, his first wife, the love of everyone on this show keeps talking about their first wives and their first husbands and they're being the love of their lives and they've been married for like 30, 40 years. I don't want to watch Normal Bachelor. I only want to watch with people that have hardcore trauma from now on. I love Golden Bachelor. It's fun.
Well, it's all fake. So what's the difference?
You don't think Tony existed? His wife, his ex-wife who died suddenly?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying this whole thing's a setup and they already know who wins.
I shouldn't be laughing, but they just slipped that in there at the end of his like bio. They're like, yeah, they lived together happily for 43 years and then she just suddenly fell ill and died in 2017.
Guys, you want to know what next level is the Golden Bachelor? And I'm so glad again we're talking about the things that matter in my life. Next levels it
important stuff like the Golden Bachelor.
Thank you. I'm getting a lot of emails, I'm sure, that are appreciating this talk.
I don't believe you.
Here's the thing. When 20-year-olds, Tom, hear me out. Just hear my thought.
I'm listening right
when
here.
20-year-olds have like a massive breakup, they go, I'm 20. I'm going to get over this. And I'm going to meet like 5 more people that I'm going to, think is the love of my life. But when a 70-year-old who, this is the first person they've dated since, Roger, who she met from World War I, literally... they literally don't think there's going to be another person they meet. So like the desperation. Yeah, like this one lady on the show met her first husband after he got back from World War I.
No way.
No way. That's impossible.
That's
100 years ago.
I mean World War II?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry, World War II.
I was gonna say, what the hell?
Sorry, I got excited.
The Great War.
Okay, but even World War II, you'd be in your 90s.
Exactly.
He was older than her. She was 70.
Revolutionary
He was
War.
he was like 20 years older than her. She talked about it on the show.
So he's 92?
He's dead.
Oh, her husband's dead.
Yeah, he's super dead. Don't laugh. It's serious.
Well, who the hell can pay attention
But like,
to
I'm
any of
just
this?
telling
This
you
is
guys,
chaotic.
it next levels everything. Okay, like these stories are not like, hey, I'm an Instagram influencer. I date a lot of guys, and I'm here to meet another guy I'm gonna date. These are like, I haven't dated somebody since Roger, and this is the last time I wore a wedding dress was like back, and you just go, oh my god. This might be their last chance to find a love, and it really takes things to a next level that I appreciate.
Fake.
Yeah, I'm
Not
skeptical of all the words that are coming out of your mouth.
fake
Right
Well,
now.
you guys are idiots. But
And
what?
by the way, Brittany, I'd like to note, if the woman you played last night or the women you played are listening, maybe you go a little easy on, I dominated. I mean, how does that make them feel?
I did well. What do you want me to say? I didn't do well. I played really well.
You kicked their ass and crushed them.
I
You
did.
took their soul.
Maybe they should play better next time, and she won't have to
Thank
kick
you.
their ass and crush them.
Also, I think it'd be more insulting that was like, I was on an off game and I just happened to win. I was doing really well, surprisingly well. So it wasn't their fault. I was on a hot streak.
Well, you're 70 years younger than they are. You better win.
70 years young.
Okay, you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember the Seinfeld when Kramer was doing karate and he was fighting 6-year-olds?
These women are
That's what it's like.
Yes, though in general, I play with older people, but these women were not much older than me.
So when beforehand, because you played tennis, I assume younger, high school type stuff.
Yeah.
So before, did they give you the, oh, you're young, you're gonna be good, and then did you do the, oh no, I'm not that good type of thing? Because I played a softball tournament, or a game with a bunch of comedians back in the day. And they were like, oh, Tevin's an athlete. He's going to be good. And I was like, oh, guys, I'm not good at baseball. And then proceeded to hit 2 home runs on back-to-back pitches on accident. And it made me look like an asshole. So did you have a moment like that?
It depends. So I've had hit or misses, and I'm inconsistent. And so especially because my schedule, I don't play as much as a lot of these women. But if my serve is on and I'm good at the net, I had a woman once. So they have ratings in tennis. And I'm a 3.0 or a 3.5. I play both. But I play I'm rated 3.0.
Is that out of 100?
No, it's out of it's not very good. But one time a lady got in my head so hardcore because she said this. She goes, you're a 3.5. And that 3.5 is higher. And she goes, you're a 3.5. You shouldn't be playing this. And it got so in my head that I lost the game.
That you suck? Is that what she was saying?
It made me, no, she got in my head so hard because she was like, you're obviously cheating and you should
you're
be
too
higher.
Good. I see. Okay.
But it got in my head so hard, she ended up winning the match because I was like,
on purpose.
She thinks she like that thought you had where you're like, I look like an asshole right now. I felt like I looked like an asshole.
Right.
Serve fell apart. Everything fell apart in my own head.
That's why she did it.
I know.
Why'd you let it get to you?
Samurai'd my brain. I was like,
well,
frozen in my own skin. Like, I was like, how do you even hold a racket? Like, what is a tennis ball?
Why did you let that get to you so badly?
I don't know, but knowing that it got to me is half the battle. Because at least I know that she got in there.
But you've been kicked out of the playoffs already.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't get far that year.
All right.
Hey,
Unlike our
you,
twins.
Yes.
Have you ever challenged your cousin, Katie Ledecky, to swim off in the pool? Can you beat her in any swimming event?
No.
Yeah. No. Brittany challenges her to like non-swimming things. She's like, "Oh, you think you're an athlete? Like, you get her out of the water."
My challenge is, can I walk or run faster than her next to the pool? Like, we had a big event for my for a pool in Williston, North Dakota, and she got to be the first one to swim it with a bunch of my cousins. And like, I literally, because I was watching Finn at the time, my nephew, and I thought to myself, could I aggressively walk faster than how she's swimming? And I don't know if that's true.
I hope you win your tennis league, and then at Thanksgiving, when Katie shows up with all of her like gold medals, I need you to bring like the ribbon that you win for first place.
If you think that we should call my grandma sometime, Tom, on this show, Grandma, because she literally is so impressed with everything. Like, she has my high school graduation photo, you know, your like high school photo or whatever, next to Katie Ledecky's gold medals that she's wearing, like 5 of them on her neck, on her desk. Like, my grandma still thinks I am just as cool as Katie Ledecky.
Because she's a good grandmother.
Thank you.
Or does she only pull it out when you're coming over?
Well, that's true too.
That's a great question.
The Katie ones are there all the time. Who's that other kid? I forgot to take it down.
Stock image from when I bought the frame.
Ooh, that's happened before.
Yep.
What else you got, Sandy? Is that everything?
Wow, your Vikings. They I just have a hard time believing that they can win this game Sunday against the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes, coming off of a not great game for him, he's going to be dialed in and locked in, and I just don't see them winning this game or it being close. But then, you know, with this Viking team, you don't know what's going to happen. I will say this. I had been saying they'll be 2-5 after the first 7. Could be 1-6 because the Bears came to life last night against Washington.
Oh, did they really? I didn't know.
God, they crushed them.
Really?
Justin Fields finally realized he's got a guy named DJ Moore to throw the ball to. Moore had 3 touchdowns and 230 receiving yards, and they won like 40-20. So, yeah, they had a huge win in Thursday Night Football. So nothing is going to be easy for the Vikings this year.
So the Queen's going to be 2-15.
God, I hope not.
Well, they got to get that second win somewhere.
Right. They got to get another win in there somewhere.
Put it this way.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, right now the Bears are holding the first and second pick because they have the Carolina pick. So they're sitting mighty pretty.
Nice future for the Vikings looking ahead, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, the good thing is the Twins are playing, so people won't be as enthused about the Vikings this weekend.
Well, that's true. I do love my Vikings, but I have never, ever been a fan of Kirk Cousins. He's got all the talent in the world, but he just doesn't have what it takes to win. I don't know what the hell his problem is. You guys get it?
You know what happened? Somebody told him you're a 3.5 and it got in his head. And
oh, tell me about it. I understand, Kirk.
It's a given. All right, Sandy, we will talk to you next week.
Living for it. See you later.
Bob.
Bye, Bob.
Bye.
Sorry.
Yammer. Brought to you, Bob Sansevere Sports, brought to you by Bielke Law Firm. Hurt at work, Dave Bielke goes to work for you, taking care of your workers' comp injury claims and denials. Go to BIALKElaw.com. Tell them Bob and Tom sent you. So there you have it. So what else? Anything else good in the news that I should know
I got to
about?
show you this photo.